All right, how's this volume right now? I feel like the mic is a little bit on the low end, but let's see if we can make do. Unfortunately, I think that's all I got in terms of options. I'm streaming from PS4, but we'll make it work. We got season 2 in the house.
Get ready for the next battle.
So I was messing around with it a little bit before, and he's got a lot of new stuff. And I think just from first inspection, I think he's buffed. Let's see if I could pull up the notes on somewhere. It's bigger than my phone. I don't know if I can make that. Okay. You guys, new move of forward 1-1. Ran to flee. Okay, only in flee. One hit. But you can do it from crouching. So that could be done, I guess. Let's see, next new move, Kincho, forward 1+2. Okay, pretty similar. Plus 14 though. And they made this a mid. So it no longer launches on normal hit, but it's a mid now. Okay, so plus 14. Plus 14. Plus 14 on block. Alright, we got that. So that's during the flea walk. The flea walk, you can do moves that a lot quicker. Hold on a second. Let's see. That's cool. I like this. Oh, the range is not as big as I thought it was. Okay. hit is mostly recoverable health. All right. Let's see what else. During meditation 1. Oh, okay. So you don't have to do the canceling. So they just kind of figured that. I mean, it helps me out. I was actually not able to do this cancel at all. Like that's one of the things I just never got to doing. So I guess for scrubs like me, like you just do that right out of meditation. So what the heck was that? You see his legs just now? Look at him slide him like that. You all see that? Look at that. That was weird. Okay, command change. Alright. That's fine. Let's see. 4/4 damage increased. From 12 to 16. Both hits. Ooh. 12 frame. Do you have a 12 frame punch? 28 damage. 32. I mean, 2/2 is probably still gonna be the first one, especially with all the. Yeah, 2/2 is still gonna be the one. 31 damage. So now 4/4 is the better, the more damaging punish, assuming that it can reach high. 12 frames. More damaging than down forward 1/4 by a point. So I think at 12, 11, I think 2/2 is the way to go. What's the other one? 4/4/2. Transition no matter what of timing, and then perfect input gives 20 damage. Oops. So that's 35. 33. So you can just mash it. Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I kind of liked. I mean, the frame's still there, but I guess it's easier. It is a cool looking thing. Let's see. While Rising 1. Oh yeah, this is huge. Change from 14 frames to 13 frames. You got a 13 frame while standing punish. This wall splat still, I'm sure. Yeah, that's. Let's see. During sidestep 2, damage increased 20 to 22. Start attack is faster from 18 to 16. Yeah, it definitely faster. Be slower than 1 now. Yeah, that's slower than sidestep 1. Adjusted the behavior on hit to make aerial combos easier to perform. I can notice that immediately. Like usually when this came out before, you're all the way on the side. You had to do a unique combo just for this. But it looks like standard combo. You can do a standard combo for that now. That's good. I'm okay with that. I would never use this move, especially when this one's a counter hit. This is a counter hit launch. And safe. Was it 13? Negative 13 isn't the worst. Well, I don't know anymore. Maybe the negative 13 is terrible now. I don't know. Practice settings. Okay. What's next? During Flea Step allows moves to input to be executed 18 frames faster from Flea. So this is Flea Step. So before you had to do like this whole like walk basically. So looks like you can do that a lot faster. Yo, this is huge. This is huge. People don't even use this Flea that much, like besides just because you didn't have, you didn't have to do the walking, but now that the walking is so much faster, this is gonna. Let's see. Yeah, Pete, that's something you can actually encounter. That's cool. He's a lot more useful. Way more useful, especially with these transitions. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Flea now. That's I think it's a mid. Let's see. Yeah, mid. So it's not an unblockable like his helicopter. You can block the Flea one. Counter hit on. Okay. That's a lot of damage. Okay. What's next? No source transfer 1+2. Frame advantage from -12 to -7. This is safe. It's safe. Why is it safe now? Let's see. Distance between the player and the opponent on block has been increased. Okay. Consumption of remaining heat has been changed from 180 to 270. Alright, so it takes up a lot of heat now. So why is it safe? Adjusted behavior on hit after heat activation. Oh, okay, maybe it's not a heat launcher anymore. Try that. Let's try that heat. No, this is still a launcher. That's still a launcher. it always that weak though? Maybe it did more damage before. I don't. Let's see. So it costs a lot more heat now. It's still a launch. I don't know. That's good. I don't know. I don't see why this was made safe yet. Okay. Adjusted collision detection. The opponent. Alright, so down 2-2. Change it to from 17 to 15. So I'm assuming that's the second hit. The second hit is now 2 damage less. Okay. That makes sense. Adjusted collision detection, that's fine. Other one. Alright, oh, let's take this off. Back to 2. Recovery frame reduced by 3 frames at the buff. Adjusted behavior on block, change the frame advance from -13 to -9. That's interesting. I'm not sure. Let's continue reading. Reduce the distance to be pointed on block. Yeah. I don't know. I guess to make people duck. I mean, people were already trying to duck this. To be fair, because of the pushback, they weren't able to jab punish this anyway. But it seems odd to reduce the pushback but then also make it safe. I don't know. I don't understand it. Oh my goodness, that is the not right combo. Alright, let's keep on going. Because there's a lot of stuff here. During flee, 1+2. Change the attack property from hit to high to mid. Damage reduced 20 to 16. Let's see. Adjust the opponent's behavior on block. Frame advance from -8 to -9. Reduce pushback, it looks like on block. Behavior on normal hit. Yeah, so this doesn't launch. We saw that, so. This doesn't launch anymore, but now it's a mid. We have actual, there's going to be a mid-low mix-ups in flee stance. It's kind of like Tin, where the lows are still on the slower side, but the mids are also on the slower side for flee, so. Now you have these walking attacks that are going to be actual threats. Don't think yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh wait, let's see if that's a counter hit launch. I think it would be. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's a counter hit launch. During flee, his jump, enable potential aerial combos. Opponent on hit in the top left of that. Potential aerial combos. I'm not sure if I understand that. Enable input buffering to execute move immediately following this move. Now deals cheap unblock. It's no longer unblockable. Right, so that's a mid. Oh! Okay. It's the normal hit launcher though. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's counter hit. I'm sorry. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. See, this is why I miss key charging. I'm not used to going back and forth with all these buttons. I was just key charge it. Alright. Let's go back. Is this... What is some normal hit? Okay. So it is a normal hit launcher. Okay. Yeah. That's rough because I really got to commit to sidestepping Flea. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a unblockable anymore. I'm wondering if we can block this. How can I how do I get it unblockable? It's safe. Safe normal hit mid launcher out of Flea. This is gonna be a scary stance, y'all. I think so. At least online. We still got that. That's not a particularly slow attack. Alright, let's see what the rest here. Alright, let's see a bunch of damage nerfs. Okay. His one is now 5 damage instead of 7. Okay. Alright. No wall stun on 2-2. Okay. That's good. Let's see. 3-1. Hold on a second. 3-1. Reduce damage from 22 to 20. Same thing in heat. And reduced from 25 to 22 in heat. 3, 2, 1 plus 2. Change from 29 to 26 damage. Okay. And then in heat, damage from 30 to 27 damage. What's blocking right now? So let's use that. So that's a little bit less damage. I mean, it's not that crazy. I think that's crazy. Alright. Let's see, next one. Sword Sweep. Now recoverable damage. Okay. Wait, how much damage? 12 damage. I mean, is the rest of the combo? Okay. Alright, so a little bit more recoverable damage, or less non-recoverable damage, whichever one it is. So the damage itself, the frames itself, looks about the same. Let's see. Alright, next, Flash. Recovery time on block by 5 frames. Increase the frame advantage on block from -15 to -20. Let's see. Increase recovery time on whiff by 5 frames. Added visual effect. Okay. Alright, so flash is 5 frames slower. Looks like on block and on whiff. Let's see how that plays out. I'm not mad at this change. I think it's a cool visual effect too. I think the visual effect is a little bit kind of close to the counter hit effect. But Flee 1+2 only launch on counter. The new move is useless. Let's see. Flee 1+2. Yeah, only launches on counter hit now. Yeah. So, like this launches this only launches on counter hit, and the unblockable now, it used to be unblockable, is now a normal hit launcher. It's very interesting. Flee 1+2. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. On one hand, it's like it was nice to have that normal hit launcher for that. It was pretty easy to use. But I don't know. I didn't have a lot in my game. Flee 3+4 is still an option. Yeah, it's still there. I actually used Flee 3+4 more than Flee 1+2. But yeah, it's not there. So having this walk be so fast, that's pretty nice. I think that's pretty nice. I like that scene. That makes Flee a lot more threatening. Cause like you weren't like no one was getting hit by these walking moves before. It took so long. So I think with these walking moves, it becomes a little bit more a better option for the opponent to try to interrupt you. And that's where maybe the counter hit comes in for 1+2. So if you try to condition them to do some really annoying stuff with the walking moves, although that's you don't have the unblockables out of here. That's the only thing. There's really no unblockables out of here. That's the only thing. We have the anti-side step option, but that's about it. But in exchange of not having unblockable, at least we have, I think it's a legit mix-up. They're just slow. Oh wait, let's see if oh wait a minute, like let's put it black on block. Let's see what would make them respect that. That's 20 frames. Plus 4. That's plus 14 on block too. Oh, and that's not going to transition to Flee anyway. We'll see how it plays out. I think all the different options from Flea makes up for 1+2 not being a normal hit launcher anymore. I'm still doing that. Okay. Now what else we have here? Behavior. Alright, this is 4-1+2. Behavior on landing a down hit has been modified. No changes during the heat state. Landing a down hit. What does that mean? Put him on the ground. Wait, is this safe in heat now? Oh, that's right. Yeah, safe. It's safe in no sword stance in heat. Pertains to other properties. All right. So it kind of sends him away. Okay. Okay. So with pancakes, instead of doing the other way. Yeah, I think we needed to get rid of that 4-1+2 sword sweep stuff. I'm hoping that's gone with this change at the wall. We did not need that. The key charge change is weird. It looks like it doesn't work on all moves. Really? You mean that some the key charge will make some moves counter hit and some not? Let's see what's next here. Change from 20. The first hit will now. Okay. So they kind of just put down the damage and a lot of his B&B stuff by like 2 or 3 points. It's in the move list. Key charge makes the next move have more damage. Yes, it does. So it has more damage. It doesn't do toxic anymore. I'm trying to think of where would I do key charge? I mean, I probably have to do it after a tornado. 1 second. Yeah, that's too slow. Yeah, you probably have to go right into the next mix-up and see if it's a powerful one. Yoshi's starters aren't super strong. Well, he has this, Gohosen. Oh, this one's a pretty strong one. Oh, this one's pretty strong too, so I still 2. I think that's probably one of his most damaging starters now. Okay, next on the list. 2, 2. Alright, adjusted health recovery on hit from 4 to 1. Health recovery for recoverable health on hit has changed from 10 to 5. So, looks like from all of his health recoverable moves, he recovers less health. Let's see. His back turn slash works in meditation now. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was just saying before, like I was actually not able to do the tech. I was not able to do that tech to get the cancel to get the down 1. So that works for me. I mean, it's good for me. I don't know. I also like having the tech be there. But yeah, it's definitely an option now. And it's not like the tech is gone too. Like you can still do the cancels and stuff. They made that stuff easier, and they also made the forward 2 just frame so that it does the animation regardless. What am I looking for here? Player health. Alright, so it goes from 3 to... 1 second. Alright, so that's the initial hit. It goes from 3 to 99. That's 6. Okay. Huh. Okay. This is gonna take some getting used to. Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier to use now. Okay, next one is his guard break. Okay. The component recovery time when blocking has reduced by 3 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from 14 to plus 11. Okay. There we go. Okay. He has this very stubby jab. You have to be really close. Here. Oh, wait a minute. I go back on here. Alright, so that's what you get. It's gonna take a while to get this muscle memory to flow between these stances now. But I think you're gonna be forced to opponents are really gonna need to be forced to hold the flea mix. Maybe you have to time the key charge after a heat guard breaks that knocks down and stun. wait a minute. Ah, muscle memory. All right. Let's see. So you have 11 frames for the key charge break. So all right. So I think I know what you mean now. See if you get a key charge set up after the guard break. Ah, that's not enough time. I think they recover faster. Yeah, that's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna work. I think you need like 30 frames for that. You need like a knockdown or something. Knockdown or a tornado for the key charge. I mean the other way around, heat then guard break. I think that's what I was doing. It's the same thing. Yeah, plus 11. Yeah, I don't think I think they recover too quickly for the key charge to work after a guard break. Because you have even less time now. You had more time before. Like something like that, maybe. Even that's kind of close, kind of cutting it. I think you have to do a tornado. I don't know. I think Yoshimitsu is one of the people that doesn't benefit from this key charge change, really. Like you have to do this and then maybe like a counter hit, down counter hit, crouch dash or something. Oh, okay, the counter hit for the guard break when they stay down. I think I know what you mean. Let's see, player position. Cause they yeah, let's see here. So do the counter hit, player counter. That's on counter hit. That's what comes in out of the spike. I'll have to do an actual setup or something. that, where you just do a key charge. I did the thing by accident. Okay. You can do a counter. You can do a key charge from there. There's enough. There's enough space for that. Was that what you were talking about? It's a lot of conditions. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta do the. You gotta make sure it's a counter hit when they come up from. When they come up from the guard break setup, they have to get up and also try to press. So depending on your opponent, they may not do that, but it's there. All right, what's the next one? Manji Dragonfly, forward 1+2. Damage reduced by, looks like 1, 1, and 2. So 4. Okay, 40 damage, now 36 damage. Let's see, is there any... No changes in heat. Yeah, 40 damage in heat. Okay. We're almost at the end. Let's see. Alright, his 1+2 grab does less damage, 45 to 40 damage now. That's fine. Yoshi doesn't have a full pro game, but he got a lot of damage from floor break stages. A lot of damage from those. Let's be fine. Let's see here. Forward, down forward 3-1. Enhance the tracking ability of the second hit when the first hit makes contact with the opponent. The adjustment is made to mitigate the occurrence of attacks whiffing partway through. Okay, so it's just like a hitbox change. Okay. Next, down 2. Adjusted the collision with the opponent to make it more difficult to slip under the floating opponent by extending the collision upward. Okay. Alright, so I guess sometimes during combos we'll just whiff. Okay. Yeah, that's the whole list. I mean, I have to see how other characters got changed in Season 2. Obviously the Flash nerf is pretty big. I think people at any level should be able to punish it on reaction instead of just the top level people. Although I don't think, yeah, I think that should be, I think that's gonna be good. But to compensate, it looks like he has a lot more tricky stuff. Not necessarily fast moves, but he has just more options, and I'm okay with that. And also having while getting 13, that's nice. After all this time, that can be really nice. Yeah, I think if you had a hard time against Yoshi's before, it's going to be even harder now on the defense side. I think that to counter Yoshi, I think you have to be even harder on the offense. Really give Yoshi pressure, because Flash is more punishable. all of his new attacks don't really. None of them are panic buttons. So it's like he has a lot more stuff when he has momentum already, but in order to get his momentum back, something that's really changed. So putting pressure on him is on his delay. Assuming your character has stuff. But Yoshi's with good defense, like solid Yoshis, they got buffed, I think. I think solid Yoshi's got buffed with that. I also think intermediate Yoshis get buffed from some of these attacks, from some of these buffs. It's just easier to do this, so do that. Super easy. Super easy. Can't do that anymore. Unblockable. That's not there anymore. And I guess that applies to his hold on a second. Does that apply to his the back hitbox? Right? Because when you touched it before, you would just get hit, right? But how does that work now? Let's find out.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, went to the lab to check. The first hit has to launch first with the guard break. And they have to be in heat. And then the opponent is stunned. Then you have time to charge. Okay, so when they get slammed back down, I think is what you're saying. Let's see. Ah, you saw that? So you can still run into that, but you can block it. So you can dash block it? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Interesting. Okay, so you can kind of like dash block it a little bit. All right, that makes it a lot less that makes it a lot less toxic. I'm fine with that part. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All right, let's see what you were talking about. Whoopsie, not controller, not controller. I don't want controller. So heat, players heat, activate. Are they standing? Okay. That one. That's close. Let's see. Let's just double check the frames. Opponent frames. show display. Simple display. Right, is that the one? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Covers. They might be able to retaliate. I think you might be negative here. Like unless they get up and wait, it might be a tough one. But I like this option might be, at least in this one, you don't really lose on that much damage. Like in the ones that I was doing before, like you had to sacrifice your tornado damage. But in the one that you showed here, this one, your potential damage is as high. Oh wait, that was a lot of damage. Oh wait, I have it on counter hit, I think, right? No, I don't have it on counter hit. That's 67 damage. You can try it out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for that setup. Maybe flash. Maybe like a flash setup. Like if you think they're gonna press. That might work. That might work with the flash. Especially they tech roll right. Let's see if we're still up. Ooh, okay. Mostly a risk unless they are afraid and don't stand up. Yeah. If they stay on the ground, yeah. What if they do the sprint, the kip up? Does that work? Loses the kip up. Ah. Yeah, okay, that's countering me. But hey, that's what setups are about, right? They lose to some options, beat other options. So, side roll right, it works, I think. A flash setup works for that. Side roll, or, you know, get up left, kip up, it loses. Stay on the ground, I guess it's okay. But it's I guess it's like a... no one has the advantage at that point. You can buy a toe kick and then there goes the counter hit. Like you don't lose that much damage, but the counter hit advantage kind of goes away at that point. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, good stuff. Season to Yoshi. He's not super weak. He's honestly, he's gutty. think a lot of the changes are good. I think some of them are a little weird. Like I don't understand the back 2-2 change. I don't understand that one really. Particularly because I think um it's still delayable. I thought there was I thought it was unsafe because it was delayable. So even though it's a high attack, wait, what's wrong with that? Offense, standing block. Yeah. This being safe. Can you still duck it? Yeah. But you have this now. You have this. Right? Get -6 if you go into stance. Otherwise, launch punishable. And in stance, you have flash. It's 6 frames. Oh, maybe it's less frames from, or maybe it's more frames from 10. I don't know that part. That might be a little bit above me in technicalities. Poison breath is the same. What else? I don't think this is bad. I mean, yeah, it's a forced mix-up, but really, like, this is a really good option out of Kincho, I think. Like, I think a lot of characters have these like plus on block mids and stuff like that, and like you only really had like running, but plus on block mid option, even if it goes in the flea, that's something. Like that's kind of major, I think. Like they gotta hold the flea mix up. The thing is that nothing's like particularly scary unless you I guess commit to a block. But it's kind of free. Like this is kind of free. We'll see how it plays out, but like this combined with walking fleet being so much faster, there you got an unblockable. I think I don't know, I could definitely see myself using this. I think this is something to watch out for. Even if this doesn't block launch forward on normal hit. It's mid. Plus 14 on block. Get this for side steppers. That's 20 frames. Yeah, you can still duck high with Flea Digger. It's still there. You can duck mids with this. I wouldn't use it for defense though. I mean, especially now that the sword isn't unblockable. I think this is a mix-up stance, even more so than how they made Indian stance. Kendo stance is mostly like a timing mix-up, right? Like the low options are slow. Right, they're on the skill check reactable side. So mostly on trying to catch people off guard or on Oki. But you can do the same thing with Flea now. Right? Do something. This is gonna be pretty good at the wall too, probably. Like, just there's a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot of stuff here. I'm not the most technical, but I think there's a lot of stuff here. I think Yoshi's real strong. I don't know if he's still at the top. I don't know how much other people got buffed, but like he is not weak. I don't think even with the damage nerfs, they're not. I don't think they're crazy enough to be like, yeah. Like I don't think people who play Yoshi should have any problems. Good. There's just a lot of like, there's still like the forced stance mix-up stuff. Like that one's not bad. But like, wait, this is 24 frames? That is a little on the slow side. That's pretty slow. But at the same time, if you have 2, you know, 2 on hit. Get him hit by this. That's how I'm seeing it. Right, people might want to duck for that. Otherwise, you can kind of just stand, block, and react to everything. But people who do the hard duck, bam! Now you're fleeing plus 14. You gotta take another mix. Mix-up potential looks nice. You'll probably be able to trick people and get the Flea 1+2 counter. Yeah. If people are trying to press the Flea, the thing is that like when are they gonna be pressing into Flea? Like maybe after a transition like that. Because of the new move, that one's -9. You don't even go into Fleet Grid. I guess jab beats that. 20 frames. I don't think that's enough to make people press. I don't know. I have to think about it. What setups could make people press into that? Where people would jab into flee. I think it's very interesting. I think this is even more interesting than the Indian sit stuff. Don't forget, you can also use Flea's Step. It was always underrated. Yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna be using Flea more. It's great. I think that's great to have this stance be useful. Like, besides just trolling people with like the unblockable, you know? Like I'd like those like more legit options. Per chance. Do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to experiment a lot more with Flea this time around. Flash, I'll see how Flash works. I was in Tekken King in season 1. I have to see. I think I'm in what, like Fujin or something now. I don't know. That's what I mean on you. But people were able to start baiting and punishing Flash at that point. It was like 30% of people were able to do it consistently. So it makes me wonder how it will be now. I think Yoshi's definitely a more Mexican kind of character. Like he kind of needs to know when to spin now, I guess. With Flash being so risky. Or riskier. Because now the people that were able to punish Flash before could just use bigger punishes. They're more damaging punishes. But I'm okay with it. I was at Battle Ruler and had a lot of trouble getting Fujin. This goes to carry again. You'll be alright, man. You'll be alright. Don't worry. You'll be alright. You have more options too. I mean, I guess a lot of other people have options too, but don't worry, you'll get back there. And because of the changes to the rank point system, maybe it's gonna be even easier to rank up. That might be a thing. Yeah, I'm not exactly thrilled about being in blue rank again either, but I'm okay with it. I had just made red in Tekken 7. In this game, it took me a while to get to blue with trouble. Then it started getting a little harder when I got to Tekken King. I think if I had more time, I probably could have made it to Emperor, but I thought I had more time tonight. And I misread the maintenance time. So I thought I could make an Emperor run. Oh well. -20. This is gonna be pretty big. This is gonna be pretty big. Not having -20 flash on block. Whipping is one thing, but using no source stance flash on block, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna be big. I wonder when they'll add Kunimitsu. I'm pretty sure. I think that purple is gonna be Kunimitsu. I think that purple is gonna be Kunimitsu in the battle pass. That's what I'm betting on. Like they have to put. I don't know. I feel very confident that they're gonna put. Like I'm pretty sure that is. This is not a fast move. I think I'm going to need to get more comfortable with using spins because if you find out that you can kind of pressure Yoshi and you're not like good with movement or knowing the strings, then you can get bullied. The DLC characters had a hell of a track record in this game. She would be good, no doubt. Yeah. Probably be busted as hell. I just don't want the kunai. Just get the kunai. Just leave that part. You don't need the kunai, but I don't want the kunai back. But I want Kuni back. Besides that, kunai. +9. So if you do this wrong, like why would but no one's gonna try to jab you here. I don't think anyone's gonna try to jab you there. Like he has so many high coverage options, it's just not worth jabbing. So then we're gonna be watching for mids, which is gonna be like what 13 frames out of here. So you got like 22. Alright, so I think that I went through the whole list. Yoshi's offensive options are pretty strong, so they kind of went in the same direction that they already did in Tekken 8. So they kind of reduced Flash even more, especially now with having the recovery nerf. But they gave him a lot more stance options still, so even more so than last time. So he has more offensive tools. They're not like solid tools. Well, actually, no. This one's a solid tool. That one's solid. 13 frames. That one's solid. And then you have more options out of that, bam, and then you have that. Like that's something. That's something. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I think again this one sounds a weird change, but I'm pretty happy with this. I like this a lot. It makes it easier for me. I think the way I play Yoshi, I don't play a lot of Flash anyway. But having this, that's gonna be nice. This I'm gonna use that. Right, it gives the people a little bit of pause to get back in. Let's see. This being a lot faster. Combo, that's nice. So, yeah. I'd say overall buff. Franco, hey, I'll you right now. I can't play tonight though. I'm actually going to be heading off. But I'm always down for some matches. I'll add it off stream. Thank you, Ed. Take it easy. Joy Season 2, let's go. If everyone's getting buffed like this guy, it's gonna be bananas. It's gonna be bananas. Yo, have a good night.